Welcome all of our 12th student. Today we are going to see about law of radioactive decay or radioactive law of disintegration. This topic is in our nuclear physics lesson. Nuclear physics lesson. Already we have seen that radioactivity. Radioactivity is nothing but spontaneous emission of highly patriotic radiations such as alpha, beta, gamma from the elements which are having an atomic number greater than 82. In that, one of the radioactive element is taken. That radioactive process we are going to see. Example, if you take only one element, one of the radioactive element is a radium. It is a radioactive element, atomic number 88, mass number 26. That as symbol mentioned, that is in a radioactive nature. So anyhow, if it radiates one alpha particle, that becomes a radon. 222 to 86. One alpha particle is emitted, atomic number decreases by 2 and the mass number decreases by 4. And that radon also not in a ground state, it is in an exit state. Then that exited radon comes to the ground state by the emission of gamma. This is the one of the radioactive process of radium. If you take one radium atom, that is one of the natural radioactive element, emits a alpha particle. Alpha particle is nothing but helium nucleus. Alpha particle is nothing but helium nucleus. After that emission of alpha particle, it is changed into radon, which is in exit state. That exited radon comes to the ground state by the emission of gamma rays. Anyhow, we have taken only one radioactive element to see its radioactive process. But in practice, we cannot take a single element for seeing the radioactive process. In practice, we have bulk material of any radioactive substance. If you have a bulk material of any radioactive elements, there we have a very vast number of nuclei. Very vast number of nuclei. Very vast number of nuclei means huge number of or very larger number of radioactive element, otherwise radioactive nuclei in our taken amount of radioactive substance. That all number of radioactive elements cannot make a disintegration at the same instant. Okay, once again listen. If you take a certain amount of radioactive substance, there we have a very vast number of radioactive nuclei, that all radioactive nuclei cannot make disintegrate at the same instant. it will take some time, and as well as reactive process is random process. We cannot predict these elements are first disintegrate and other elements are next disintegrate. Like that we cannot predict. But in our total number of elements, certain number of elements are disintegrated in a particular time. Based on that, the number of disintegration happened in that particular time can be given by law of reactive decay or reactive law of disintegration or reactive law of disintegration. Suppose initially if you take an certain amount of bulk material of radioactive substance, there we have certain number of initial radioactive nuclei. Like we are assuming N0, that is number of radioactive nuclei at initially time of disintegration. Let me assume that is t is equal to 0 second. Initially means time of disintegration may be taken as a 0 second. After a certain interval of t time, atoms becomes n. It may be taken as number of radioactive nuclei at present. That means after a t time, this becomes a n numbers. At present we have n number of atoms. Then our radioactive disintegration or radioactive decay. What is the radioactive decay means? Number of nuclei decay in a unit time. Number of radioactive nuclei decay in a unit time may called as a rate of decay. What is that? Rate of decay. That rate of decay is depends upon number of atoms at present. Number of atoms at present. Then this law can be defined very clearly. The rate of decay is directly proportional to that number of atoms of the element at present. At any instant, the rate of disintegration or rate of decay is directly proportional to that number of radioactive element at present. Now we will take on the definition of law of radioactive decay or radioactive law of disintegration is at any instant of time you can take. At any instant of time, the rate of decay. What is rate of decay means? Number of elements disintegrated in a unit time. The rate of decay is directly proportional to number of elements present at that instant. Of time is taken as T. This is the law of radioactive decay or radioactive law of disintegration. At any instant of time t, the rate of decay is directly proportional to that number of elements of that atoms present at that instant of time. That instant of time may be taken as t. Already we know that what is N naught, number of radioactive nuclei at initially. At initially, no element is disintegrated. That's why time of disintegration can be taken as t is equal to 0. Then after a t time, some amount of elements are disintegrated, and now the available number of radioactive elements can be represented as n numbers. So according to our definition, what is a radioactive law of disintegration means? The rate of decay. Rate of decay is nothing but number of elements decayed in a unit time. For that, now I am going to take an, suppose in a dt time, that is in a dt time, dn number of nuclei undergoes disintegration. Then there we can take on that radioactive law, that is rate of decay can be taken as dn by dt. What is that? dn by dt. dn by dt is nothing but rate of decay. Rate of decay, that is directly proportional to that number of atoms at present. But it does not depend upon that amount of substance or number of atoms at initially. So anyhow, the rate of disintegration is directly proportional to that number of atoms at present. So that proportionality symbol want to remove means we want to apply the constant. Here disintegration process we are seeing. That's why that applied constant named as decay constant. That proportionality constant is named as decay constant or disintegrated constant. Then that equation can be taken from this relation dn by dt is equal to minus n lambda. dn by dt is equal to minus n lambda. Lambda is a decay constant or disintegrated constant. That the negative sign shows the dn number of elements, that is a radioactive nuclei, decreased, disintegrated in dt time. From that we can rearrange as dn is equal to minus n lambda into dt. So from this expression we can say dn number of radioactive nuclei decreases, that is decayed in a dt time. That shows that the negative sign. Anyhow, we want to find that relation of number of atoms at present, number of radioactive element at present to the number of radioactive element at initially. So for that we are going to rearrange this equation. dn is equal to minus n lambda into dt as rearranged as dn by n equal to minus lambda dt. So we are going to see that the relation of number of atoms at present to the number of radioactive element at initial. For that, let initial amount of time of disintegration is 0 at the time total radioactive element we have. So at t is equal to 0 second, we have taken, that is number of atoms present is taken as n naught. That is we can written as n can be taken as n naught. At t is equal to 0 second, n can be taken as n naught, and another thing, after a t time, after t time, that n naught is reduced as n. So from 0 second to that t second, we want to find the disintegration, that is from n naught to n. So for that, in our equation, we are going to integrate on both sides. We have a limitation for time as well as the number of atoms, that is integral dn by n. That number of atoms can be initially n naught to that n equal to that is minus integral time is 0 second to t second lambda dt. We know that lambda is nothing but decay constant. That constant should be taken out. And another thing, on the left side, integral dn by n. What is that integration function means? That can be taken as exponential log, that is a ln n we can take. We have the limitation n naught to n, then it is equal to minus lambda integral 0 to t dt. So now we want to integrate this function and you substitute that upper limit as well as the lower limit. Then we have that expression. We have the expression ln n minus ln n naught equal to minus lambda t. From this we can take an ln n by n naught equal to minus lambda t. Otherwise this can be taken as a exponential log base e of n by n naught equal to minus lambda t. Now I want to remove that exponential log. So for that we are going to take an exponential on both sides. Take an exponential on both sides. That's why e power log of n by n naught equal to e power minus lambda t. Exponential and log are cancelled. We will get n by n naught equal to e to the power minus lambda t. So from that n is equal to n naught e to the power minus lambda t. So we have the equation n is equal to n naught e to the power minus lambda t. This is the expression for law of reactive decay or reactive law of disintegration expression. What is related in our equation means with respect to time, number of atoms at the present is decreases exponentially. That negative sign shows exponentially decreases. Exponentially decreases. So if it exponentially decreases time to time, number of atoms at present is exponentially decreases, what time it will take to disintegrate all atoms means, all radioactive element means, it will take an infinity lifetime. It will take an infinity lifetime. So for seeing that, we will see two physical quantities, that is half-life and main life. Anyhow, before that, another one of important physical quantity in our radioactivity we are going to see, that is called as activity. Activity is represented as a symbol capital R. What is activity means? Rate of disintegration is nothing but called as a activity. So for that, R is equal to modulus of dN by dt. R is equal to modulus of dN by dt. Already from our reactive law of disintegration, dN by dt is proportional to minus lambda into n. That is, dN by dt is proportional to number of atoms at present. Then from that we will get dN by dt is equal to minus lambda into n. So from that we can take an R is equal to dN by dt is equal to n lambda. N lambda. So for n we can substitute. What equation means? N naught e to the power minus lambda t. So for that R is equal to lambda into n naught e to the power minus lambda t. What is R means? Activity. One of the important physical quantity in our radioactivity. Activity is nothing but rate of disintegration. From our reactive law of disintegration, dN by dt can be taken as n lambda. Then for that n, we are going to substitute that n is equal to n naught e to the power minus lambda t. If you substitute, you will get R is equal to lambda into n naught e to the power minus lambda t. Already we have taken that R is equal to n lambda. That's why n naught into lambda can be taken as n naught into lambda can be taken as R naught. So from that R is equal to R naught e to the power minus lambda t. That R is nothing but at the present activity. R naught is the initial activity. So that's why we are saying activity of the radioactive substance can be decreases exponentially, as seen from that number of radioactive element decreases exponentially with respect to time, like that. That is activity also decreases exponentially with the time, and it will takes infinity time to make a n naught number of atoms disintegrated. So from one element to another element, time taken to disintegrated is different, but all radioactive elements lifetime is infinity only. So that's why activity of one element to another element want to differentiate. We are introducing that half-life and main life. Based on that half-life, we will get that graph relation between that number of atoms at present to that time of disintegration. Next we are going to see that half-life period. Next we will see that half-life of radioactive element. Why we are going to see that half-life of radioactive element means all radioactive element having a infinity lifetime. That's why we want to differentiate the activity of one element to another element. So for that differentiate, we want to introduce that half-life and main life. First of all, we are going to see that half-life. What is half-life means? At the present, suppose if you have certain number of elements, in that certain number of elements want to disintegrate half of that element, that is called as a half-life period. For disintegrating half of that element at the present is called as a half-life period. Half-life is defined as half a number of radioactive nuclei disintegrate in a time t, then that is called half-life period, named as a T off, named as a T off. From our definition, what we are going to see means, from n to n naught by 2, that is n number of atoms, you can take an n first of all, n becomes n naught by 2 means, for half a number of elements going to disintegrate, half a number of elements are going to present. For that it will take a certain time. That time can be taken as a half-life period. So initially, let me assume that is number of nuclei, radioactive nuclei present can be taken as n naught. From the n naught, half a number of elements want to disintegrate. From the n naught, half a number of elements want to disintegrate. So for that taken time can be called as half-life period. That is called as a half-life period. So for that we are saying in T of n naught becomes n naught by 2. That n naught by 2 can be called as the number of atoms at present. N naught by 2 can be taken as the number of elements at present. In a T of time, it will disintegrate n naught by 2 and present that half a number. So for our reactive law of disintegration, n is equal to n naught e to the power minus lambda t. Now we are going to substitute that n as a n naught by 2 and t as a t of. If t is equal to t of, n becomes n naught by 2. If you substitute it, n naught by 2 equal to n naught e to the power minus lambda t of. Then we will simplify that. N naught and n naught will get 1 by 2 is equal to e to the power minus lambda t of. 1 by 2 is equal to 1 divided by e to the power lambda t of. If you make a cross multiplication, we will get e to the power lambda t of equal to 2. Then we are going to take an log on both sides. Log on both sides. We will get that equation as lambda t of equal to log base E2. Then we need a t of only. That is a t of is equal to log base E2 divided by lambda. This exponential log want to change it into a base 10 log. So for that we want to multiply that value as a 2.3026 into log base 10 2 divided by lambda. What is the value of log base 10 2 can be taken means 0.3010. If you substitute, we will get T of is equal to 0.6931 divided by lambda. So from that relation, what we can say means half-life is equal to 0.6931 divided by decay constant. That decay constant having a unit, SI unit is second, that is decay constant unit is second inverse. So if you substitute the unit second inverse, then that our unit of time we can get. So that's why SI unit of decay constant is second inverse or per second we can say. Anyhow, it is the time taken to disintegrate half a number of elements. Based on this half-life period to the number of atoms at present, we can draw a graph. That graph is a exponential graph. Why that is graph is exponential graph means our radioactive law of disintegration is in the exponential form, exponentially decreases. That graph we are going to take on now. Next we are going to see that graphical relation between the number of radioactive element at present to that time of disintegration. Number of radioactive element at present to that time of disintegration. The time of disintegration is, now we are going to take on in the terms of half-life period. The terms of half-life period. That's why the time can be calibrated in that 0, 1 t of, 2 t of, 3 t of, 3 t of, 4 t of, like that it is going on. Now I am going to tackle the time is in x-axis, so in the order of 0, 1 t of, 2 t of, 3 t of, like that. If a time of dissipation is 0, number of atoms at present is n0. After a first t of, that number of atoms at present can becomes n0 by 2. Then from first t of to that second t of, n0 by 2 atoms become the half. That's why that becomes n0 by 4. Further, from that second t of to that third t of, the atoms reduced is half of that n0 by 4. That's why n0 by 8. And at the fourth t of, the atoms at the present is n0 by 16. It goes on. So from these values of time and number of atoms or reactive nucleus at the present, going to taken and plotted in our graph. Which one is taken in x-axis, which one is taken in y-axis means independent factors should be taken in x-axis, that is a time t, that is in seconds. When you have number of atoms present in y-axis, if time is 0, what amount of atoms we have? n0 atoms we have. So we are going to calibrate that time in the terms of half-life, that is 1t, 2t, 3t, 4t, 5t, 6t, like that we are going to take. But after that first t of how much amount of atoms is decayed means half a numbers. So from that full we are going to that half of that value, that is n0 by 2. Then after that second t of what number of elements? n0 by 4. Then 3 t of half is. From n0 by 4, half number is n0 by 8. After that 4 t of, in that of, at the n0 by, that is at the fifth t of, n0 by 13 becomes, like that it is going. So these points are going to join, taken a curve. What shape of the curve means? The exponential shape of the curve we are getting. Very important. In y-axis at that n0 point, that the graph want to touch us. But in that x-axis don't want to touch us and goes on decreasing. And it will take infinity lifetime to touch that x-axis. So that's why our line should be goes on like, don't want to touch us. Is an exponential curve and shows that number of atoms at the present to that time of disintegration. Okay. Number of atoms at the present is decreases exponentially with respect to time. According to our equation, n is equal to n0 e to the power minus lambda t. Then we have another equation, r is equal to r0 e to the power minus lambda t. Is number, that is n is number of atoms at the present. That r is nothing but activity at the present. We have the unit for that activity, that is SI unit of activity is becquerel. Simply named as BQ. 1 becquerel is equal to 1 disintegration per second. But our taken number of substance, there we are not having a 1 disintegration per second, 2 disintegration per second. It is a lot of number of elements, larger number of elements disintegrated per second. That's why we are going for another convenient unit called as a Curie. Curie is the another unit of activity. That 1 Curie can be taken as 3.7 into 10 to the power 10 disintegration per second. 1 Curie can be taken as 3.7 into 10 to the power 10 disintegration per second, or 1 Curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 to the power 10 becquerel. 1 becquerel equal to 1 disintegration per second. That is SI unit. Our convenient unit is Curie. From which one we are taken that 1 Curie means, if you taken 1 gram of radium, 1 gram of radium, that 1 gram of radium, how much number of disintegration per second can be produced means, that can be produced 3.7 into 10 to the power 10 disintegration per second can be produced. From that only that 1 Curie can be taken as. 1 Curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 to the power 10 becquerel or disintegration per second. Okay, today we have discussed about that law of reactive decay or reactive law of disintegration. We see about that activity, radioactivity of that elements. What in our law is given means that rate of decay or rate of disintegration is directly proportional to that number of elements, radioactive element at present only. What depends upon that amount of radioactive substance or number of radioactive substance at initially. It depends only at the present number of radioactive elements. Number of radioactive elements. From that we have the derivation n is equal to n naught e to the power minus lambda t. And based on that activity we have the equation r is equal to r naught e to the power minus lambda t. From one element to another element, activity want to distinguish. For that they are introduced that half-life also. That's why the key points we are going to take on. One is equation, that is n is equal to n naught e to the power minus lambda t. This is the reactive law of disintegration related that number of atoms at present to that number of atoms at initial reactive elements. Okay. Next one is activity, that is activity at instant can be taken as r is equal to r naught e to the power minus lambda t. Next, the third one is half-life period, T of P is equal to 0.6931 divided by lambda. That half-life period is depends upon the nature of that element and its decay constant. That decay constant is different for that different element. Decay constant value different for that different element. That's all. Okay. Thank you for